2015, I went out on a run. I actually got followed and harassed by a van full of 7 men. At that point, I didn't carry any form of self-defense tool. 90% of women have felt unsafe while they've been walking or running. I'm like, this is where we're gonna start. I said I gotta carry something on my body, whether it's mace, a taser.
It's like the new sign of independence and self-reliance for women.
It's like flipping the word empowerment on its head. When I think of empowerment, I think of being able to take care of yourself in any situation.
Amy, so you're the CEO and founder of a clothing brand for people who want to carry weapons.
That is correct. Yes, I am.
So how did you get into this business? I'm so curious because it's pretty niche.
I've always been a big supporter of the Second Amendment, but I was not exercising my Second Amendment on a daily basis myself. And in 2015, that was going to come back and bite me. So in 2015, I went out on a run. I was training for a marathon, and I had always felt safe on the route that I took every single day. But this day was a little different. I actually got followed and harassed by a van full of 7 men. And as it was happening, I remember at that point, I didn't carry any form of self-defense tool on my body. I don't even know if I had my phone with me at that point, but it was aggressive catcalling. It was harassing. And I remember thinking, if this escalates, what am I gonna do? Like, what in the world am I gonna do? So I did the only thing I knew what to do. And I just started praying. And I was like, God, can you please get me home, get me out of this situation, get me home safe. And if I have a second chance, I will do something different. And that's when I ran home and I said, I got to carry something on my body moving forward, whether it's mace, a taser. There was no athletic company that was making it easy for women to carry a self-defense tool on their body. And I said, I think this is it. I think this is how we're going to solve problems for millions of women, and we'll just make this line ourselves. And that's how we came up with the idea of Alexo.
I can definitely relate to the idea of advocating for the Second Amendment. And, you know, as a woman who's married, I keep thinking to myself, well, you know, it's my husband's job to protect me. But you bring up this scenario where, you know, women are defenseless against men. And it's probably more important that we have the guns than they do, given how, you know, how hard it is for us to defend ourselves. But it is hard for me, just to be honest, to wrap my head around this idea that we would be working out with a gun in our pocket.
Sure. And I think it was for a lot of people. I remember when I started telling people that this was my idea and this is what I'm going to do, people laughed me out of their office. They were like, you mean like you're going to run with a gun in your pants? And I tell a lot of women, that's a very normal mindset. That was my mindset. Most women are very reactive to situations. We've never had anything happen to us. We feel like we live in this illusion of safety. And we think, okay, nothing's ever happened. We don't want to think bad things are going to happen to us. We go about our day until something happens. And then that's usually when we wish we had some form of tool on our bodies. So after that happened to me, I really felt like it was my mission to help women be proactive, because let's face it, our husbands aren't always going to be there.
So interesting how you bring up this idea that most people don't think about defending themselves or choosing self-reliance until it's too late. I think about so many women in Israel now, by the way, are starting to carry, which is a kind of a new thing since October 7th. And you're visiting here in Los Angeles. You're telling me that in Beverly Hills, you're so popular now, which is, you know, absolutely mind-boggling. You live long enough. Beverly Hills now is where most women want to carry. That's, you know, that's pretty interesting. Who are your clients?
Yeah, you know, it's not taboo anymore to talk about carrying a firearm. So when I first started this journey, Instagram was kind of right on the precipice of blowing up. And, you know, if you were a woman looking for resources on who looks like me and talks like me that also shoots a gun, like that just did not exist at this point. And that's why I think I felt so called to kind of change the narrative of what a gun girl looks like, because I'm like, there's millions of women that look like me. They're just normal, everyday, average American women that want to protect themselves and their families. Just given what's happened in our country over the last several years, those conversations are starting to come up more and more frequently. And what I tell women now is like, if you are that person who can be that resource for your friends, use your voice, give them the education, be the one that will have this conversation, because women are looking for it. They just don't know where to go. Maybe they don't feel comfortable asking a man these questions. So if you do have the knowledge, share that with them. I love going out, and you will see my friends all the time at lunch be like, okay, so I want to get a gun.
Yes.
What gun do I get? You know, where do I carry? How do I do this? And they all look just very normal, like you and I. That is the modern woman who is carrying the firearm. They're the soccer moms, they're going to the parks now with open carry and campus carry rules across the country. More and more college age women are starting to carry firearms or some form of self-defense tool on college campuses. I just think, women are seeing the news, they're seeing what's happening, and they're realizing I've got to be proactive in taking care of myself.
Amazing. It's like the new sign of independence and self-reliance for women.
Absolutely. It's like flipping the word empowerment on its head, because when I think of empowerment, I think of being able to take care of yourself in any situation. And that might vary from what other people's definition of empowerment is. I'm like, what is more empowering than a woman being able to take care of herself?
Right. So holding a weapon, carrying a weapon is extremely scary for most. What do you do? How do you prepare mentally for this before you even go and carry the gun?
That is a wonderful question, because I tell women this all the time. Until you're in that mental state of readiness to be able to defend and protect your family, like you've got to think through these scenarios. Don't carry the firearm yet. And the only way to really get past that is with your training. So people that have their concealed carry license are 10 times more likely to be extremely trained, and they take safety is the highest importance to them, because they understand the gravity of carrying this tool that can take a life if needed. And for a lot of women, standing behind a very powerful tool like a firearm for the very first time, when they're scared of the recoil, they're scared of the noise, the only way to ever get through that is to go and do it.
Well, and then the clothing that you created is part of this entire thing. So it helps you with the mental space,
yes,
but it also helps make sure that when you're storing your gun on you, it's both safe and functional so that you can reach it. So tell me a little bit more about Alexo.
Okay.
The name, so curious. Where did that come from?
Yeah, Alexo is actually the Greek word that means to defend and to help. And I was like, this is so perfect. This is exactly what we want to do. We want to give people, men and women, the opportunity to help them defend themselves, but really also to be a help. So we have multiple storage pockets. So whether you ever intend to use our gear to carry a firearm or not, we want you to have the functionality available in your pockets to carry, store your keys, your credit card. We want to help you just live the most versatile, functional, self-reliant life that you can. And so since we are a 2A supporting company, Alexo Athletica 2A. So
love it.
Yeah.
Okay. So how does this work? These are like leggings with pockets.
Yes.
How do you illustrate?
So we started out as an activewear company, solely focused on, really, it was runners. I mean, I was a runner. I was starting to see more and more stories pop up in the news about women joggers getting murdered on their jog and not making it home, or Runner's World coming out with polls that would say 90% of women have felt unsafe while they've been walking or running. I'm like, this is where we're going to start. We're going to start with this active community of women. But then we realized women wear leggings 90% of the time. This is perfect. It also flows into their everyday life.
You can store other weapons too, whether it's a taser or any other recommendations that you have.
And that's the great thing. So when we started this, obviously I needed something that would carry up to the weight of a firearm, but I knew the majority of women carry less than lethal tools, and they needed places to store it too, because ultimately this is about getting women in the mindset and the lifestyle of just having something with them. The firearm is not always the best tool for every single situation, but neither is mace. And so you need to know what options are available. So I actually brought several options today to show the audience. Oh, I love Tori's look. So what Tori is wearing, Jay, is one of my favorite looks. So while, yes, it's sporty and it's athletic, we've polished up a little bit with our Breezy Moto jacket. So she's currently wearing the Breezy Moto jacket, the boyfriend tee, which, do you love that fabric? Mm-hmm.
Stretchy.
Like the softest, stretchiest fabric ever. And then these are our mesh leggings. So Tori did inform me that she's a runner. Before we started, she's like, you can run with your gun? I'm like, I'm going to show you how this works. So what do you think about the compression in the waistband?
Great. Yeah, I feel like it's really secure.
And we put do you mind if you want to show the camera what we have? She's actually...
Okay, so she has my taser.
Yes, so she's actually carrying the Taser Pulse, which is a really great option for women who are not yet comfortable and ready to carry a firearm. But this will, slow down a perpetrator, give you a little bit of extra time to run away. And, it's a good option. So we know not everyone's even old enough to carry a firearm yet. Sure. So check the age limits in your state to know if you can carry the taser or not.
It's incredible that when she was walking up, I didn't even see that there was something there. So it's not printing, because I was worried when you say leggings.
Right.
I'm thinking it's going to print like this look of a gun somewhere here.
I know.
And imagine people would not want that. That's the whole point of conceal, right?
That's exactly right. And so we designed the line with that lifestyle in mind. So as you can see, like the shirt is very fitted in places, but then we made it a little oversized in just the right place so that those that are worried about printing don't have to worry about that. And then of course a jacket is always a great way to also layer over that and to reduce the printing. You look wonderful. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
If you'll do a little spin for everybody, that would be great. I think
very flattering.
I know, it's very flattering, and the jacket's amazing too. So these are all going to be available on our website very soon.
Right.
So
let's see some more.
All right, so this is our comfy, cozy lounge. I know, like this is something that you can go all day long wearing, but also lounge at your house. So whether you're carrying a lot of people carry their firearm in their home. You have a pocket for that. But let's say
I want to touch it. Hold on. It looks so soft.
So this is called a unicorn French terry. It is one of the softest materials that are out there. So it makes it extra cozy and warm. The great features with this sweater, you've got the thumb holes, of course. As a runner, I hate running with my hands cold.
Okay.
So you have the opportunity to keep your hands nice and cozy as well. A lot of the feedback that we were getting from some of our customers was, okay, we want to tuck our shirt in. So tucking our shirt in actually helps reduce printing, but it also gives you the opportunity to dress things up. So our line is extremely versatile. While it does have an athletic aesthetic, you can dress it up, and there's some ways to do that. So what we did was we created something called the tuck and carry waistband. We invented that. We're the only ones on the market that have this capability, and it's really neat because it's got a faux waistband here that, let's say you did have, she's not carrying a firearm today, but if she was, you could actually come right here and tuck it in the front and blouse it out. And nobody would ever know. Yeah. So
is that an extra small? You must be.
She's sized up. She's really tiny. So she sized up a couple of sizes with this. I think she's wearing the medium. So it looks a little oversized and the hands are smalls on her. But they are high-waisted, and by design, because, the higher up it is, the easier it is to conceal with some of the clothing.
Yeah.
Also
and these run larger sizes than nobody is really.
Let me tell everybody, I give everyone a heads up. The waistband is extremely restrictive.
Okay.
So they run smaller than your traditional other athletic companies because those companies have a lot of stretch in the waistband.
Right.
Ours don't, because
there's that
of the construction of it. So you'll see it's a little bit more rigid. It's still super comfortable though, right? Comfortable. Yeah. So even though it's rigid, it's comfortable, and so it doesn't have as much stretch. So definitely check the size chart on all of it, because it'll give you a really good idea of kind of where you land. So
super interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
Great.
We have one more? One more?
Yes, we have one more. All right. So our next model is showing us more of our athletic inspired look, which we love. Our leggings are our bread and butter. We do have running shorts, joggers, or the whole gamut online, but our leggings, of course, are the bread and butter.
Can I touch the stretch on it?
Yeah,
very crispy with the leggings. They're stretchy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, this is great.
Good quality. It looks like it holds. Not that you need it, but it looks like it holds.
So I said it has to lift you up, suck you in, and smooth you out. So before women just walk around with just leggings on or as tight as pants, we have some parameters that it needs to fit into. So she's got her camo leggings. Camo is a staple with our brand. Our audience loves camo, so we're trying to come out and create different camo patterns pretty frequently. And so she has on some of our traditional leggings that have the 8 different pockets and storage places in the waistband. So she actually is carrying one of my favorite less than lethal self-defense tools. So if you'll show them, so this is called the Kimber Pepper Blaster. What I like about this, sometimes over traditional mace, is that it's a gel. And so the gel sprays, I believe it's up to 15 feet, and it's pretty potent. It's pretty powerful stuff. You can go watch some YouTube videos and see, you don't even have to be accurate on the face. Just getting it on the shirt has been pretty powerful. So I like this option. It fits in the pocket nice. It has kind of the construction of a firearm, so you can get a grip on it. So our boyfriend tees pair nicely with pretty much everything that is on I think I have a boyfriend tee for every day of the week because I'm obsessed with the fabric. It is the softest softest, coziest fabric ever. And I love the fit of these shirts. So I wear them under blazers. I wear them with my leggings. I wear them. I have mine on right now. Yeah. So thank you. That looks wonderful.
So what do you carry?
Yeah. So I'll show you guys. So like I said, we started out as an activewear focused company. And then we realized people are going back to the office, and these same women that were wearing leggings every single day during the pandemic want something that's a little bit more elevated, but still want to feel like they're wearing something that's comfortable. So these are our work it pants. And so you can tell, like, it just adds a polished look.
Yeah, can I touch that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I like to check the stretch.
I'm going to do some squats.
I feel like
really fast,
everything looks good. I'm doing the squats in those heels. There you go.
So I'm going to go ahead and squat so you guys can just see, like, I don't know if you squat in your normal work pants or not. They're so comfortable and stretchy. And then I am actually carrying...
oh my God, I totally didn't see that.
I'm so glad we got it.
All right. I feel safe around you.
Yeah, you can tell, like, I've got the, this is actually an MMP shield. It's a Modern Warriors. It's a custom MMP shield in a 9. And one important thing to note with all of our pants is that they do not come with a built-in trigger guard. We did that by design simply because a lot of the women that are wearing our stuff, not everybody is wearing a firearm. Absolutely have to have trigger protection when you're going to carry a firearm. That comes with, there's a lot of options that you can use for your trigger protection. Some people still like to put a Kydex in our waistband. And they like that because our waistband will still hold up under the weight, whereas they can't just go and clip, some women have to have a belt and belt loops, and you have to have all this other gear. With ours, you can just clip that right into the waistband and it stays sturdy and it fits right into that pocket. However, we worked with DeSantis. It's an American holster company, and we designed a trigger insert that gives added retention and trigger protection, and it slips seamlessly into the pocket. And that's what I have on right now.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, and so you can't.
How do you wash these then?
Throw them in the No, you can throw them in the washer and dryer, and they're gonna look great right afterwards. So it's just so easy, just like any of your workout clothes. I do say wash your Alexos together. Don't wash them with towels.
Right.
Don't let your husband do the laundry when he's gonna, throw it with the towels and ruin it. Yeah, because it's really soft. A lot of this stuff is extremely soft material.
They ruin the laundry so that we don't give them the task again. It's a secret thing.
Yeah, but then the joke's on them because then we go shopping again. So so we figured it out how this works.
So there was so much education around carrying guns, wearing your clothing with whatever weapons we have on. Can people go to your website and learn more about that beyond buying the clothes?
Yes.
And educate?
Yes. So especially when it comes to this trigger protection. So when you get one of our, when you get some of our leggings or any of our clothing that has the built-in holsters, there's going to be a QR code on there that will take you to a video. And that video will show you how to use it and what it's designed for, which pocket to put it in.
What should I wear?
Oh, well, you know what? I heard a little birdie told me you might not have any Alexo, so we wanted to change that for you. And I know that you're a very active woman, and so I brought you, these are our staple matte 7/8 leggings. I hope it passes the stretch test and the material test for you. So
love it.
Good.
Love it. Thanks for the education. Thanks for what you're doing, changing the world, making us safer.
Thank you for having me on. I like to leave people with this. Just remember, our founding fathers did not write the Second Amendment when they came home from a hunting trip. They wrote it when they came home from liberating a nation. And if we don't exercise our rights, if you don't use them, you will lose them. So the more people that can start getting educated, trained, buy your firearm, start exercising that right, I guarantee you will pay more attention to policy and legislation that's coming down the pipe that's going to try to strip you of your right to carry that firearm and defend yourself and your family and your freedoms. So without the Second Amendment, we don't have any of our other rights. So just remember that and go buy a firearm.
Yeah. Self-reliance. Join us.